Hi, welcome back to the Fantasy Golf Gods podcast. I'm your host, Rusty Miller, along with my co-host, Matt Jacobs.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great.
You excited for a new week at the Waste Management Phoenix Open?
I am. I'm pretty excited. Did decent last week.
Yeah.
Good field last week. I like Tiger that, he was back. I think a lot of people really liked him playing golf again. I think the viewership was up. Did pretty good in all my contests. I had a few guys that really tanked on me. Brian Harman.
Yeah.
Being the main one. I think he kind of hurt us both pretty badly.
Yeah. I faded Ricky, but he hurt a lot of people missing that cut, so I like.
Yeah, you called that last week for sure.
Well, you win some, you lose some. But lately I've been losing a lot more, but I picked that one. Harman killed me. Leishman didn't do anything. Justin Rose was another big guy, and he... top 10'd it, but nothing really special. So, Jay Day with the Pro-Am pull out.
So, we talked about that. I
completely took him out of my lineup. I had 20% of him in my lineups, and then when that happened, I took him out of all of it.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical of him even playing.
And he looked bad on Thursday, too.
There was actually a tweet that somebody sent out with, I don't know if it was a quote or what from him saying, did pretty good for possibly not playing the day before the tournament. So...
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't even know
4 rounds from Tiger, which was nice.
That should be great for the Masters odds. I bet the Masters odds changed.
Nah, I don't know. They were changing hole by hole while he was in Bahamas, weren't they?
Yeah.
So, he hit the ball atrociously. His short game, putting and even chipping was really, really, really good. He made everything he putted, except for when that guy yelled in his backswing.
Yeah, which I saw. I mean, that's...
Bush League?
You can't do that.
Yeah, it's got to... I mean, they threw him out, but whatever. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't give him a stroke.
125 to 1 right now.
That's pretty good. It was up to like 50 or 75 to 1 after the Bahamas. So, his driving was absolutely atrocious. He's got to get that under control.
That was bad. And he said it wasn't the driver, because I know he switched drivers just before this tournament.
To the M3.
He said it didn't have anything to do with the driver. He said it was a swing, which I think clearly it was. But the most impressive thing for me out of Tiger this week was his ability to have that touch around the greens that you need to be playing in a lot for. And it was very impressive.
He said he'd been playing 6 days a week.
Yeah, but
since the Hero.
I mean, that's, there's a lot of things in the world that you can do in your backyard or at your house or at your home course that is a lot easier than doing it under tournament pressure.
I get you.
So, but I was impressed. I'm excited. I think he's playing at the Riviera.
Yep, next week. So this week we have Scottsdale out in Phoenix, and then we go to Riviera in LA, and he's the host of it. Never won it. One of the few courses that he plays on tour that he's never won. We'll get to that next week, I'm sure. But that's all I have for the Farmers. Congrats to Jason Day and Alex Noren and even Ryan Palmer. They all
that was a very good playoff.
I wish it would have ended last night versus 10 minutes of play today.
I'm okay with it either way.
If they come back, they got to play more than one hole, I think.
I would have liked to seen it come back and then play 3 holes, because for them to come out, they're cold. Granted, it's San Diego.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning, though.
I would have liked to see him either play 18 again or a 3-hole playoff.
Something like that. It seemed a little... I mean, Alex Noren was playing really well yesterday, and this morning his second shot went in the water. I mean, it affected the tournament differently. But, what are you going to do? You can't...
They both had to play in the same conditions, same circumstances,
absolutely.
So you can't really fault it. So.
All right, before we move on to this week, let's do a little housekeeping.
Sure.
We want you guys to like and subscribe if you like this podcast. It does go a long way. If you want to leave a comment, we're pretty good at getting back to you on it, and we're getting more and more comments, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
And then you can always follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Golf Gods, and we respond there as well, and we tweet out our cores and some questions, and just I retweet some other stuff in the field that's interesting and pertains to the tournament. So a lot of cool stuff over there. So other than that, we're moving on to the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Scottsdale. Gotta get you on Scottsdale.
But that's the name of the tournament.
I know, but I hate the way they do that.
Well, I mean, you can hate it or not, but it's the name of it. It's in Phoenix. So it's been here for a million years. Tell me about the course.
All right, so course is a par 71, 7,200, just over 7,200 yards, 3 par 5s. I think you said something like 10 holes, 4 to 500 yards. Par 5s are 558, and 560 something, I think. So all pretty reachable. What is known as a bomber's course. So we should see some longer hitters do well, similar to what we did last week.
And the loudest hole in golf.
Yes, the loudest, the craziest.
The 200-yard par 3, 16th.
Yep.
They bring in the Stadium Coliseum is what they call it. The stadium all the way around it, 20,000 seats. It's unbelievable. It's the coolest hole.
It is pretty neat.
I wouldn't want it weekly,
but
it is really, really cool. It's kind of like the NHL Winter Classic that's outdoors at a baseball stadium or something that's always New Year's Day. It's really cool to see, but you wouldn't want it more than once a year, and that's kind of what this hole is for me. So I really enjoy watching the 16th on Thursday
if
and
I were
Friday.
to be there, that's the only place I'd sit.
Absolutely. And it's a party, so that would be a lot of fun too.
Yes.
So, all right, that's the course. Weather's going to be great.
It's Scottsdale, Phoenix. It's 80 degrees every day, no wind, no rain, so it should be great 4 days of golf.
All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys above $10,000 this week.
We do.
We have Hideki at 11.5, Jordan Spieth at 11.4, Rahm at 11,000 even, Ricky at 10.4, and JT at 10.3. Your initial thoughts?
I didn't think I'd see Hideki at the top. I mean, I know he plays well here every year.
Well, two-time defending champ. I knew. So going back, looking at last week's salary and Tiger so high, it tells me that they weigh course history
pretty heavy,
really high in the DraftKings algorithm. So I knew he would be pretty highly, or pretty popular, or pretty high priced wise. So, I mean, it wasn't a shock, but it would be a shock if he's really highly owned. Other than the fact that, I mean, are you going to have that many casual people just look at it and say he's won it 2 years in a row, he's got to win it again?
Yeah, I don't know. I would have seen him priced where Rahm is, and Spieth at the top, Rahm then Hideki.
Yeah, I thought Rahm would be second, but I mean, I'm not going to really quarrel with third.
No,
but
I like his price at 11 better than 11.5.
Yeah,
or 11.4.
Yeah, but so with Hideki, it'll be interesting to see what his ownership is. Just because, he plays well here, but he's not been in good form.
No, his form is not near as good as it has been the last couple of years, and I don't know how many people out there will go research him and say, okay, he's done really well here. How's he been doing recently versus he's the top guy, he's got to be the best guy, let's take him.
Well, so talking about how bad he's played, right? And he finished 12th last week.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better than I expected. I watched.
That is better.
And then 4th at the Tournament of Champions and the 5th at the Hero. So
12th, 4th, 5th.
Yeah, so he's playing better than I actually thought.
I mean, he's playing better, but I mean, the Hero was how many people? 16?
18.
18 people?
But 18 of the best.
But
it's a hit and giggle.
Yeah, it's more of a what I would call a fundraiser.
Yeah, but the Tournament of Champions is not a tournament to sneeze at.
No, the Tournament of Champions, good tournament for them. Farmers did good. You know, the Hero, or the CIMB Classic, he was 5th.
So he's playing better than I give him credit for, I guess. It's just hard to watch him and not make a single putt ever.
Yeah, his putting is worse than Tiger's driving, I think. It's harder to deal with. Because Tiger, is going to come out of the rough and possibly have a chance to still make birdie or par. Hideki on the green trying to get up and down, just it's not going to work for him very often.
Yeah, in my model short game, he's 100th in the field.
He's 6th overall in my model.
So So we're neither one very. He's 18th in my model. Which did we talk about our?
No, our key stats.
No. So my key stats are going to be ball striking, short game, and then a little bit of DK points and a little bit of driving distance because, like you said, it is a bomber's course.
Sure.
So really heavy on ball striking and around the green, though.
Fair enough. Mine are a little different, but got a few of the same. Ball striking, strokes gained total, birdies, driving distance, and DK points. Weighing birdies a little heavier than everything else because I think with being a bomber's paradise, just because you can get it out there longer, if you don't make that birdie putt, it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah, so then history shows the winning score is going to be, 10 to or 12 to 16 under. So somewhere between last week and what we have been,
at the 22, 24.
Yeah, so you're going to have to birdie, but it's not as essential. You're not
gonna have to get a birdie every third hole.
Right.
You're gonna have to make some pars and deal with it.
So you're not as high on Hideki.
No.
Are you gonna fade him completely?
No, I think when you have a tournament history like he does, it's okay to take him in a couple lineups.
I think you do have to have some sprinkles, especially in GPPs. In cash, he might be a complete fade.
If I'm fading him anywhere, it'd be any cash game I play.
Okay, so then Jordan, Rahm, Ricky, and JT.
So, I mean, those are great golfers. Any one of those guys can easily win this tournament. I'm a little heavy on two of those guys up there and going to fade, maybe not completely fade, but fade them for the most part on two of them. I'm going to be taking Fowler and Rahm. So Fowler last week missed the cut, but that's pretty normal for him. And then Fowler plays pretty well here, which has been pretty much the norm. Rahm, I didn't think he was going to win last week, so where he finished, I'm fine with. But I think, because I wasn't heavy on Rahm.
Yeah, but that weekend, man, he was good going.
Yeah, he was playing well, but to me, that's something that I saw coming because you can't play his level of golf constantly.
Right.
I mean, there's been 2 people on earth that's ever done that, and it just doesn't continue. And there's no way in my mind that he was going to win. So I had a few shares of it, but not a lot. Now this week, I think he takes that pressure off of him that he won there last year. Any chance of going back to back, so he goes into this week with a little less stress, a little less pressure, and does a little bit better. So that's why I like Rob.
So both of those guys, I think, are going to be extremely popular this week.
That's the downfall to mine.
So
2 top guys.
I'll have the other 2 guys you're fading, semi-fading is Spieth and JT.
Yes.
I'm going to put both of those 2 in my core, and semi-fade Rahm and Ricky.
So of the top 5 guys, you have 2 in your core, and I have 2 in my core.
Right. So what I'm doing is, with the soft pricing, you can get 2 of those guys in there. And there's enough guys at 7,000, 6,800 that we like that you can get a couple 74s and then a couple 7,000s and still have a nice complete lineup.
Yeah, kind of a modified stars and scrubs.
Right. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to gamble with, my model says JT and Spieth are 1-2.
Yep.
And I'm going to gamble with the Spieth and JT ownership being lower. JT's course history here is not good at all.
No.
And Jordan's isn't spectacular for him, but they're both 2 of the best golfers in the world. And I think the advantage of a lower percentage own can outweigh, the course history of Rahm and Ricky. So that's where I'm at. Semi-fade on Rahm and Ricky. Probably a complete fade, maybe a semi-fade on Hideki, but 90% of my lineups are going to start with Spieth and JT this week.
That's probably not a bad play.
Although, looking at the pricing, I actually wouldn't mind to even fade that entire group and start. So, first off, we can just talk about this field. The field overall is, I think, the best field we've had in 6 months. So, even better than the Tournament of Champions that had DJ in it. I mean, DJ's basically the only one we're missing this week.
Well, now that Tiger's back, Tiger.
Okay.
I'm always going to come back to him.
Whatever. So, At 9,000, we have Leishman at 9,700, Berger at 95, Norn off of his hot week at 92, Finau at 91. Now, you tell me that you don't like 3 of those 4 guys.
Leishman, yes. Berger, ish. Noren, after that week, yes. Finau, I don't think his course history here is very well, but he's been playing pretty good, so I could take him for sure.
Finau, 3 years ago, finished tied 22nd and then missed the cut the last 2 years.
So, yeah, so his course history is not what I would like it to be for that price, but he's been playing pretty good golf lately.
And
so I can overlook that. He's a bomber. I can overlook those 2 missed cuts because he's been playing better this year than what he did last year leading into this.
He pops 6th in my model, too, so that's
7th in mine.
So, yeah, his ball striking's there. His putting his short game's the only thing that's pretty low. He's high in DraftKings, and his driving distance is 2nd in the field. So, I like Leishman. I had him a lot last week, and he didn't really do much. Berger, I'm just never a big sign-up for Berger guy.
He's my only question mark in this one, I think.
And I mean, to me, him and Chappell are the same guy, and Chappell is like $7,700, so $2,000 cheaper, right? Like, why am I paying $2,000 more for Berger when I can go get Chappell?
If I'm starting my lineup in this area, I could probably start a few lineups with Leishman, Noren, Finau, and Fade Berger and be okay with it. And if he does good, great. But
yeah, I mean,
there's nothing there for me.
I don't root against Berger, but no. I just don't. It goes back to last year. Every time I took him, he missed a cut.
He did.
And I can't ever trust him.
Now, do you think Noren can back it up?
Noren's a good player.
Oh, he's a great player.
Just because he's
not under the radar.
He's not known around here. I mean, at one point he was 8th in the world or 9th in the world rankings. So, I mean, he's down to like 19th or whatever he does after this week. But he was 19th going into yesterday. So he's a good player, and he's never really highly owned. But
do you remember what his salary was last week?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Because I'm looking here at the Hero. His salary was only $6,300.
Yeah, I remember at the Hero he was one of the minimum guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how to look it up without being in a contest. Anyway, but yeah, he was last week at 80-something, I think, 84-ish in that range. So he got a little bit of a price bump, but not much. So I like Finau here. I like Leishman here.
Yeah, any of those guys.
Sprinkle of Noren probably. So then, in the 8,000s, we have a few more golfers. We have Webb Simpson at 89.
Okay.
JB at 87. And he's still deciding on what club to use on 18. And
yes. Oh,
so he can lay up and in the rough and whatever.
So, what were your thoughts on that?
You can't take 4 minutes and 10 seconds to pull a club to lay up.
So
down 2 on the 18th. You have to eagle it. Why are you say your best chance to eagle a hole is holing it out from the fairway? Then you miss the fairway with your layup? Come on, dude.
So
get out of here.
I like to argue with you.
I'm done with JB.
I agree, but show me a rule that says he can't.
Well, the rule says 45 seconds.
But they weren't on the clock.
But that's the rule. Now, they don't enforce it like they do in Europe. And
to me, that's not a rule on the PGA Tour. That's a rule in theory. I mean, and it's a rule when they need to hurry guys up.
They need to enforce it because it's
I think so.
Bull.
It takes way too long. And I think what he did...
That round was 6 hours long.
Yeah, that's too much. And I think what he did was... I don't want to go as far as saying very unsportsmanlike, but it was close. It's toeing that line. And...
Yeah, Noren had to wait for 4 minutes. Had the club in his hand when he walked up there, and during that 4 minutes, switched clubs and hit a mile over.
Now, I know the rules of golf, but I don't know the rules of golf because there's 27,000 of them. But could Noren not have just hit?
No, he can't hit if he's closer.
You can't. There's no rule that says the furthest ball. That's etiquette. So there are many times where the players will say, "No, I don't know what I want to do yet." Just like when we had Jordan Spieth at the Open, everybody else played while he was still figuring his stuff out. Why could he have not played? Unless they didn't show it where Noren's caddy or Noren asked, "Hey, can I go ahead and go or what?" And JB said, "No, I'm in my process."
I don't know. It was stupid. For that reason, I'm not taking.
I don't know that I won't take him.
I'm not taking him this week
because he's a bomber at a bomber's course. So I might, but I believe in this thing called karma, and
Twitterverse hates him right now. I'm on board with it. I was retweeting not a huge all fan over the place. All right, so Webb is at 89, JB's at 87. Gary Woodland, who's another bomber and I don't have a problem with, is at 86. So if I'll take all my JB shares and just put them on Woodland.
Fair enough.
Phil's at 85. Kuchar is at 84. Austin Cook is at 83. Ryan Moore's at 82. Harris English is at 81. And Benny Hahn is at 8,000.
I kind of like Moore here. Austin Cook. I mean,
boop, boop. We're still on that train.
That train's still rolling. Kuchar, I have no problem here. Mickelson, I'm going to fade.
Mickelson's just not. Talk about Hideki not playing well. Phil really doesn't play well recently.
No.
He missed a cut at the Career Builder. He was 45th or something last weekend. And, I mean, it's just...
I mean...
He needs bones back.
So T15 at the HSBC, T3 at Safeway, but he hasn't been playing.
There was nobody in that Safeway.
No, there wasn't. But I mean, still he went 69, 69, 68, 70. But no, I can't take him this week.
All right, I like Woodland. He's a bomber. I like Webb Simpson. I like Kuchar. I like Cook. And that's about it. But with the way I'm constructing my lineup, I'll be up front.
You're not going to be able to take any
I'm not taking any of these guys. I like Woodland and Cook and Kuchar a lot, and Webb Simpson, but I probably won't have any in lineups.
Okay, so for the people that are going to take this lineup, give me two guys out of that salary range that you feel are as close to a lock as you can get.
So, there's three.
I want two.
Hold on. Webb, Cooch, and Cook.
Okay.
But Webb and Cooch are going to be higher owned than Cook. So let's get away from Cooch just because of that, and we'll take Webb and Cook.
Okay. Exactly who I had. Exactly who I had in mind.
All right. Anything else you want to say about this group?
If you want to get rid of Webb because I think he's going to be higher owned than Cook, I think you go Moore. Ryan Moore.
So... tell me why you like Ryan Moore so much.
Doesn't he have a great course history here?
Oh, I can look it up for you.
Let's see what our course history is here.
He's never missed a cut. 5 years ago, he was at 4th, then a T6, a T17, a T11, and then T61 last year.
So...
yeah, so, Austin Cook's never played here. Cooch was T9 last year, but didn't play here the year before, and then T30. So he's
so I'm going. My guess is there, and kind of my strategy with him would be there is his course history is going to get him through the cut. He's not going to finish in the top 10, top 15. Chances are, but he should make the cut and get us some points for all 4 rounds.
Okay, fair enough. But at 8,200, I think there's guys at 6,800 that can get you through the cut.
Oh, sure,
and do just what you were talking about with Ryan Moore.
Yeah, but I think you can start a lineup with Austin Cook, Ryan Moore, and your 2 guaranteed cuts right there. Almost guaranteed cuts. And you can even play up from there.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just feel Ryan Moore's been doing pretty decent. I like his DraftKings points. I like his scoring average right now at 69.8.
I think you've got him confused with Ryan Palmer.
No. Do not.
So Ryan Palmer is at 7,900.
Now, if we brought in 7,900s, I'd kick Moore out and take Ryan Palmer all day long.
Ryan Palmer's longer than you think,
yeah,
and has been playing really well the start of the season. So I like Palmer a lot here. It's just worrisome after his last couple events if his ownership's going to spike because of it.
Yeah, that's something I'll have to watch. If his ownership stays low, I could probably take him a little bit, but if he gets up there in the mid-20s, not a chance.
Okay, so he's at 79, along with Lowry Season Salt, Shane Lowry. He missed the cut this last weekend.
He did.
How many shares did you have?
I only had him in 3.
3? I didn't have any, so I dodged that bullet.
But I mass enter, so
yeah,
3. And I had him.
I had 6 or 7. I think I got up to 8 different lineups. So I mean, I wouldn't call it mass entering, but I wouldn't call it small entering.
No,
so
I had 3 lineups with Lowry, but those same 3 lineups, I had Harmon.
Yeah.
So that lineup was dead in the water.
Yeah. So Brennan Stills at 78. He's a bomber. Patton Kazire, who's on fire, is at 77, along with Chappell. Zach Johnson's at 7,700. Russell Henley's at 76. Patrick Reed is at 76. Russell Knox is at 76. Ollie's at 76. And Kyle Stanley's at 76. And then at 75, you have Bubba, Hadwin, J.J. Spawn, Piercy, and Hoffman. Charlie, not Morgan.
That's a ton of guys.
Yep, so, I mean, basically you got 15 guys to choose from in a $500 span.
And there's a few good guys in there.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind a sprinkle of Brennan Steele this week.
I do like Steele.
I like Patton Kazire this week.
Yep.
Ollie, I would like. Stanley, always. Charlie Hoffman, although his course history is much for being his main sponsor's tournament, doesn't do very well.
The Green Glove.
I don't care.
He's gonna do well. You watch.
Right.
I'm picking him to win.
How about JJ Spawn? You wouldn't go back on that train this week?
No, JJ Spawn kind of hurt me this week, or last week technically.
And Bubba is long and doesn't really putt well, and you don't need to here, but
I'll stay away.
Yeah, he's still...
No, if I'm taking anybody, Steele, I have this inclination...
I like Palmer, by the way. He kind of was up.
Yeah, Ryan Palmer. Yeah, I could take him. But I have this sneaking suspicion that Zach Johnson's going to do well. He's not a bomber, but his ball striking is really, really, really good.
He's played here 3 times in the last 3 years, and he's got a T10, T14, and T12. So 3 top 15s.
I would take it at that price range. I'd take it all day long.
I don't mind that at all.
Nope. And then
Chappell's missed 2 cuts out of the last 5 years. Never done anything better in a T24. So I'll probably not have any of Chappell this week.
No, Charlie Hoffman. I'm going to have a few shares of him. I have this.
All right, you ready?
Idea. Okay, let's hear it.
He missed a cut 5 years ago.
Who is this, Hoffman?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then T61, T53, T51, T24. So he never is a factor.
No, but I'm predicting
that he's going to be a factor this week.
Not that he's going to be a factor, but at 75, I need him to be top 40, top 30 to feel okay with it, and I'm predicting a top 25.
Okay. I just think there's better guys here, but anything else you want to go over there?
No.
All right.
Xander might be, or we haven't gotten that far yet.
So yeah. So now tell me a handful of guys from 74 to 7,000, because there's 20 guys there.
So people I will have a share of are Xander, Cam Smith.
Going to Sneds?
I don't know. I might ride Sneds for a little bit. I'm toying with Ryan Armour. Jeez, there's so many people in this one.
I know. Retief Goosen showed up last week. He had a 12th place finish last week.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of like List because of his length. He kind of fell off on Sunday. I mean, not kind of. He did.
Yeah.
There's no one else really.
The coat rack. All right, so I've got a few more guys. So
okay, who do you got?
I got Van Asswagen, although he missed the cut last week. Martin Flores had a good week. What did he end up finishing? He finished 35, so he kind of fell off on Sunday. Michael Kim had a good weekend. Finished 23rd. So his Sunday round was bad too. Grillo, List, I like Andrew Lowry here. Any ball striking contest I like Lowry in. Xander and a little bit of Ryan Armour. So I like a lot of guys in this category.
There are several guys in here that are worth picking.
I won't have Bryson.
So he's number 14 in my model.
You can have him.
His biggest deficit is on driving distance. He ranks 45th. He's number 11 on birdies. 27 on DraftKings points. So I might take him in one or two lineups, and kind of what I call a wild card lineup, where I look at ownership and take the lowest owned that I think have a chance to make the cut and see what happens. But he's going to have to be in one of those. He's not going to be in any of my main lineups.
I'm going to take a little bit of Julian Suri like that.
Okay,
American who went overseas and played in the Euro Tour, kind of the Brooks Koepka route. So a lot of Euro guys that play Euro is really high on him.
Yeah,
last week was
great
his
scoring average too.
His first round last week wasn't super great, but I want to be early to that train because I think it's going to be a.
You want to be the conductor of that train, don't you?
I don't think I am. If you go to DFS Euro Worlds, there's already.
You want to be the American conductor.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not even that far. And I won't have any Poulter this week.
No?
You can have him.
I'll probably let somebody else take him.
I'll take Bo Hostler, though.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad play.
And then let's go a couple bombs down here. I've got a few. Nobody looking at it from 67 or lower. So if you're going to build a lineup, make sure you have 68, 69, or 7,000 or higher for your guys because there's nobody below 6,700.
Not even Alex Cheka?
Nope. So Harkins will be in my core at 6,800. He's been playing fabulous. Chasen Hadley again is at 69.
Yep, I like him a lot.
And then Tom Lovelady is at 69, so I like him a little bit too. So those are my three really deep bombs. And then, like I said, I'm not going to have... Uline, I can't quit him.
No,
So 68 for Uline.
I think I'm with Hadley at 69. I like your Harkins at 68. But I also like Streelman at 68.
Yeah, looking at his numbers and his course history, I can
6 of
understand.
6 cuts, averaging 75 DraftKings points, scoring average is 69.5, and 1 top 10. So, I mean, those three, Uline, Streelman, and Harkins, with, who did I say up at top? Hadley. Yeah. Those four guys.
Streelman's missed the last 2 cuts here.
Well, he's 6 of 6, so I'd say he's probably going to miss the cut.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't have anybody below that I feel. I mean, the only one that I can even remotely make a case for, and I really can't even, is Wee Kim. 2 top 10s, 5 of 8 cuts.
He somehow got in, 2 weeks ago. So the Sony got in a lot of my lineups, 70-something% of my lineup somehow, and missed a cut. So yeah, I'll be off of the Wee Kim train for a little bit.
Yeah, he's missed the last 3 cuts. So he's that one that will be in that wild card with DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people will own him. But it's possible that he could go out and shoot in the 60s or 75. So
my core is going to be
all right.
JT and Spieth up top, Xander in the middle, and Harkins at the bottom. Gives you 7,500, so right around the 7,100, 7,000 for your other 2 people. So you can get Hadley and
Cam Smith.
Yeah, Cam Smith, Lovelady, Hostler, Julian Siri,
Harkins. No, you got Harkins in your lineup, so yeah.
Van Aswagen, Kokrak. I mean, you can do a lot down there.
So mine's similar. Fowler, Rahm.
So you took 2 at the top. I took 2 at the top. We took different 4 though.
Different 4, and then Hadley Smith. So I can do similar to what you.
So
just
Hadley
said.
is the same as Harkins, and
Smith.
Xander's the same as Cam Smith.
Yes. So very similar golfers as far as price range goes. I leave $71.50 on the table.
So
I could take a couple of your core, you could take a couple of mine. We can have a whole full lineup. So we'll see. So a lot of room to play there. So that'll be interesting. I'm going to try to stick to my core this week.
That's the thing I didn't do last week. I did this core on Monday. I loved it. I had
You had too much time on your hands. That's what it was.
2. I had 3 of my 4 guys made the cut, but I didn't have a single lineup with all 4 of them in it.
Really?
Like I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. I played the percentage owned game, and I
did.
I pivoted off of all 4 of them. So I won't be doing that this week. I will have lineups with JT, Spieth, Harkins, and Xander in it. So the other thing is, as you know, we play in a DraftKings with all of our buddies.
Yeah.
They all watch this, so I like to keep my lineup secret, and then I tell everybody what I'm going to have in my lineup.
I'll tell y'all right now what I'll have. I'm still going to beat y'all.
No, you won't. So sometimes I get a little too cute just because of that. So
yeah, and I mean that's a real thing. Is when people, what do they call it?
Tinker?
Tinker, yes.
We have the hashtag every Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Hashtag do not tinker. Say no to tinker.
I will tell you, I have tinkered myself out of some serious money.
Yeah. I need to put a passcode on my phone about Tuesday night on my DraftKings.
You just need to take DraftKings off your phone because it's so easy just to pull up DraftKings on your phone, look at it, and be like...
Just like, oh, I'm going to take this guy out and put this guy in.
Yeah, then you're like, all right, I got 76. Oh, I like him at 76.
And then by the time you're done and Thursday locks, you don't have any of the same 6. Nope. It happens all the time. So yes, I understand.
But yeah, it's a real thing, and people need to understand that it can really hurt you.
It does. Do your research, set your lineup,
and be done with it.
And be done with it.
Yeah. Short of injury, watch Twitter
and
Golf Channel.
So I tinkered with the Jason Day thing, but that was based on him
but you
pulling
didn't have
out
a lot of him.
I wasn't super high on him, but I did take him out of any of my lineups because of that, and it wasn't anything other than a strategy play, and I didn't think that he was going to compete very well.
I don't think anybody really saw him playing as well as he did, himself included. So not having him was not a big deal because, what was his ownership? Do you remember?
It dropped down to 10, 12%.
So yeah, so and those are probably people that didn't watch the fact that he pulled out of the Pro-Am.
Probably. Or they went contrarian and then wanted a game theory play, and it paid off. So, do you have an overall winner this week?
Yes. It is not Charlie Hoffman.
And it's not Tiger?
I feel like Tiger's going to enter this tournament last minute and win. No. I want to see Charlie Hoffman win this tournament because the waste management team thing he's got going.
That's dumb. Ricky didn't make the cut last week at the Farmers, and that's his big sponsor. So I'm going to go on a limb and say Charlie Hoffman misses a cut because of that, too.
You'd be 2 for 2, but no, it's not going to happen. He's going to make a cut.
You want to put a bet on it? I won my bet last week.
Okay. Bet you another lunch?
I don't feel as comfortable with this one. Let's make it, Taco Bell instead of Buffalo's.
I was going to say B-dubs. So we got 2 wing places.
I don't care. Whatever you want.
We'll both forget about the contest anyway.
Especially if I lose.
Yeah, because I'm not going to remember
exactly.
it. All right, so that's the bet. You guys remind us on Twitter who wins. I'm betting that Hoffman makes the cut. He's betting that he loses or misses the cut. So who's your winner?
I ask you first.
Oh, my winner first? I really like Fowler.
Okay. It's one of my 2 top guys. It's either going to be Spieth or Thomas.
Okay. Not Thomas. Spieth, maybe. I could see that. I don't see Thomas winning.
I do.
Okay.
Thomas it is.
Okay. Someone under...
Okay. Under what?
Let's go $8,500.
$8,500.
Who wins?
You comment and tell us who you think under 8,500 is. But...
You get 2 chances.
We get 2?
2 chances.
You're making it easy.
Okay. Under 8,500, but one of them has to be in the 7,000s.
Oh, it's even easier.
Oh.
All right. Austin Cook's going to win again at 83.
Would it be bad if I took him too? Because that's who I was thinking.
And then under 7,000?
Well, in the 7,000s.
In the 7,000s?
Please don't pick the same guy again.
I'm going to pick Xander.
Okay. I'm going to pick Austin Cook, but I will pivot off of Austin Cook because you picked him and go with Zach Johnson.
He ain't winning.
At 77, and both of mine are going to come from 77, and I'm going to pick Charlie Hoffman.
All right.
They're wild cards, but you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, who expected Noren to be there last week? You know,
or Palmer.
Now, granted, I think this field is a little bit stronger, but, you know,
there's always people like that.
There's going to be someone in this that gives it a run. Let's see if we picked him.
All right. Once again, we want to thank you guys for watching. We do enjoy doing this, and we enjoy the interaction we get with you guys. So we'd like to keep it growing, so really do take some time. It literally takes a second to hit the like button, and it goes a long way for our viewership and helping people find our podcast. So go do that. Be sure to go follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Golf Gods. And I think that's it. Till next week.
Yeah.
Good luck, and hope you win all the money.
Take care, guys.